What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Miss Mink, and you are officially in Mink's Room. Today, we are here to talk about Love and Hip Hop Family Reunion Season 3, Episode 1 and 2. So let's go ahead and get into the review. Okay, you guys, so this season on Love and Hip Hop Family Reunion, everybody is in Jamaica. Spice, she is going to be hosting the trip this year. The dancehall queen herself, Grammy nominated. Okay, she is going to be hosting the trip this season. And Amara La Negra, she is going to be her co-host for the trip. So first we see Spice. She's doing a performance for her Grammy nominated album 10, and she just getting off tour. So then she talks about how she wants everybody to come to Jamaica. That's her homeland. That's where she's from. And enjoy the breeze, the trees, the culture, the food, the music. And she also invited Carly Red. She's here again, y'all. Lord, I was hoping we can go a season without her ass. But she's here. And also we see Estelita. We ain't seen her ass in a hot minute, but she's here. And the four women, along with Amara La Negra, they're on the Sprinter on their way to the hotel, and they're sitting around talking and stuff, chopping it up. So then in Amara La Negra's confessional, she talks about how, you know, she didn't bring her significant other, which is her twin's father. And she was like, shit, he coming somewhere. He ain't coming here, but he coming somewhere, honey. And everybody's like, what's going on? And she gives us the rundown about what happened on Love and Hip Hop Miami, about how her and, you know, her ex broke up. But Amara La Negra, she's not thinking about that, man. She wants to come to Jamaica, have some fun in the sun, drink some rum, like Spice said, and she want to have a hot girl summer. Like, she ain't with the bullshit. She's tired of being a good girl, okay? Good girl gone bad, in the words of Miss Riri, okay? So then Carly asked Spice, okay, so what about Justin? You always bring Justin with you. Is he coming too? And Spice was like, girl, shit, he probably coming somewhere too. He ain't coming here, so shit, girl, we good. And Amara La Negra give her a high five. She was like, girl, I know that's right. Join the club, bitch. And Spice in her confessional tells us that Justin, I guess he couldn't get used to me popping in and dropping it and moving that ass, but I'm not about to change being me for anybody. So it is what it is. And I know that's right, Spice. Don't change who you are for nobody. So then the girls ask Spice who else is coming on a trip, and she lets them know that Trick Daddy is going to be there. He's already on the boat fishing because he's supposed to be hosting a fish fry that evening. And all the girls are excited, and we flash over to Trick Daddy on the boat. Okay, boats and hoes, boats and hoes. I gotta have me my boats and hoes. The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria. I do you on the bottle while you drink the sangria. So they chilling on the boat. And we see him talking with Scrap. He's from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and his mom, KK, honey, crazy KK. And she's there. I'm glad to see her back because I did like her on the show. She was one of the cool moms, and she definitely goes down in the Love and Hip Hop Mama Hall of Fame. And then we get a flash from the past, honey, Miss Chrissy Lampkin, honey, aka Miss Jimmy Jones, honey. She is on the boat, and she's down for the shit. Honey, I ain't seen Chrissy in a long time, so happy to see her on my screen. I love when she came back to Love and Hip Hop New York that last season, but I didn't like, you know, the fact that they were trying to put her up against Yandy and all of that, because Yandy, she ain't about that life. So then we flash back over to the girls in the Sprinter, and Carly tells the girls that she invited Scrap De Leon, and they're all like, what, Carly? She was like, yeah, I brought my ex. And they're like, your ex? And she was like, well, we didn't fuck though. And Carly's like, just because he's my ex doesn't mean that we fucked. And Spice even looked at her and was like, girl, y'all fucked. So they laughing or whatever, and they're asking who else is coming on the trip. And Amara La Negra says that she invited Mariah Lynn because her and Mariah Lynn are very cool. And off rip, Carly makes a face like, why is she coming? And she was like, well, what's your problem with her? She was like, girl, because she was on the internet talking mess about me, saying that I'm messy. And they was like, girl, which you are. And I was like, oh my God, Carly, I know you are not about to make a problem with somebody for no reason like you always do. Girl, she get on my nerves with that shit. But anyway, so Amara La Negra tells the girls that Mariah Lynn is inviting Alexis Skye. And Carly, you know, had issues with her in the past, but she says that her and Alexis are cool now. They was beefing over her ex Mo. And now, they made up since then or whatever. So they cool, whatever. And that's when Estelita pipes up and she says, well, me and Carly, we didn't get along like that either back in the day. If y'all would have asked me 3 years ago if I would fuck with Carly to this day, I would have told y'all asses no. But, we got over some things. I feel like Carly is misunderstood a lot. And she's a really cool girl. She's really fun. And that's the thing. Carly is like a Sour Patch Kid, like word life. Like she goes from being a messy bitch and just an antagonizer and an instigator to being real cool. She's very fun. She's always turn up and she's a party girl, so she has a good side of her, but she also has a fucked up side of her. It's a balance, you know what I'm saying? That's why people can stand Carly this long. She's been on the show for 10 seasons because she has a balance to her as well. You know what I'm saying? She get on our nerves, but we love her at the same time. Fuck, drive the boat, drive the yacht. So back on the yacht, okay, the little boat, we see Trick Daddy sitting down talking with KK and Scrap, and we see Mariah, Lynn, Alexis, Skye, and Chrissy all sitting on the boat talking. She was letting us know that I don't really know too much about Mariah Lynn, but I do know Mariah Lynn is very close with my mother-in-law, talking about Mama Joan. Mama Joan. That's my girl. That's my girl. I love her. Gosh. I can't wait till her ass get up on this goddamn show, yo. I love Mama Jones, yo. Cause I'm a psychotic, big girl. I love her. So I'm glad to see she's going to be coming on the show. And Chrissy's not too happy. The producer asked her in a confessional, like, well, why you ain't inviting Mama Jones? And Chrissy was like, why would I, nigga? Cause that's like inviting a toothache. I said, come on, Chrissy, come with the shade, girl. So, yeah, we gonna see that blow up in the upcoming episodes. I can't wait to see that shit. So, it's gonna go down, honey. So then we flash over to the hotel and we start seeing more of the Love and Hip Hop's all-stars arrive. And we see Nikki Baby and Tierra Marie get out the truck. I'm like, come on, y'all. I miss seeing them, y'all. I wish they would bring Love and Hip Hop Hollywood back, yo. Cause Miami was dead to me. Like that whole telenovela storyline between Florence and her husband, Marlon, and the sister. Like it was just so dramatic. Like, oh my gosh. And then the storyline between Amara La Negra and Shay and her brother MJ, like that shit is played out. Trick is still married to Joy. Like the whole Miami storylines is just played the fuck out. Like it was so boring to me. It was a dud. And also Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Like I'm starting to get tired of seeing these niggas all the time, especially Carly. Like she just gets on my everlasting nerve. And you know what I'm saying? The whole Bambi and Scrap storyline, like that shit is played out, y'all. So I'm ready for them to bring New York back. I'm ready for them to bring some old people from back in the day, like Chrissy and maybe see Erica Mena back up there because she was annoying as fuck on Miami, her and Safari. Richie Dollars, bring back Peter Guns, like, you know what I'm saying? Bring back some of the old people, Bianca, Mariah Lynn, like, what's up with the Gwennon team? Like, you know what I'm saying? Throw Snoop, you go Snoop in there. That's my bitch, Lil Mo, like, yo, where's all the all-stars at? And then when it come to LA, like, yo, I fucks with Ray J. We can bring him and Princess back. But Tierra Marie and Nikki Baby, those is my girls. Like, I love them. You can bring Brooke back, bring Lyrica A1 back. Like, I miss that whole cast, y'all. So I'm so glad to see Nikki Baby and Tierra Marie back. And they've been friends for a long time now. And they came to live it up and have some fun. And Tierra, she needs to write about now because that girl, she always going through some shit. And I love Tierra Marie. I love her music. I still bump her music to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand why she just always got some shit and drama surrounding her. So anyways, her mother just had another stroke, which I'm so sorry to hear. And that is devastating. So I'm sorry that she's going through that. And also, she said her new man is in prison. And I'm like, girl, you got a prison babe? Like, come on, Tierra. You was too fine to be chasing behind a nigga that's behind bars. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you need to do is sing some bars on a record in the studio, girl. Like, come on, get your ass in the studio. So then we see Gunplay. He's here on the trip from Love and Hip Hop Miami. And we haven't seen him in a couple years. Last we saw that he had a substance abuse problem with cocaine. And also that he was, engaged to this girl. I think her name was Kiera. or whatever. I guess he's single now, living a single life, so he's here to live it up. He said he was on tour and he's getting tired of the city. He ready to, chill and get away for a minute. Shit, he might not even go back. He come up in that spot talking about some Jamaica, okay? I said, come on, Gunplay. He ready to turn up and live it up with the rest of the crew. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold up. Not pressure with a PH, honey. And Jen, what is the groupie slayer? I was not expecting that shit. They came up to the hotel ready to party or whatever. And they haven't been on Love and Hip Hop since season 10, I believe they said. And honey, Jen she was knocking bitch out the whole goddamn season. Like, yo, Pressure, that nigga is not all that cute to be having all them bitches on him like that. That nigga look like Scruff McGruff, nigga. But anyway, they there. They at the hotel, they arriving or whatever. And they ready to mingle, have some fun. They said they're gonna work on their relationship. That nigga still ain't married that bitch. I did all that shit for her ass and he still ain't married her ass. So I just want to see her cut the fuck up like I know she do. Then in the next scene, we see Spice and Amara La Negra. They're setting up the beach for everybody to come and meet and greet and getting, setting the scene for the fish fry that Trick Daddy's supposed to be hosting tonight. And then we see some other people arriving. Tierra Marie, her and Nikki Baby comes. We see Carly as the leader. They walk up. We see Jen and Pressure. They come. And then we see Lyrica, honey. I'm glad to see her. And she talks about how she's going through stuff with A1 and, right now they're focusing on co-parenting their son Ocean and so that he can just be a happy kid. And that's, their top priority right now. So she's here to have a good time and everybody's saying hi, giving hugs and kisses. And then in Spice confessional, we see her talking about how she always been telling everybody in Atlanta how she, loves Jamaica where she's from and she just wants them to all experience it. And what's it like there? The culture, the music and food, everything is so much different there. It's a vibe. And she's just glad that everybody gets to see what Jamaica is really like and get to experience it for themselves. So Spice makes a toast for everybody and everybody is all excited. And then she asks Jen and Pressure, like, what's going on with y'all? Like, y'all happy married couple or whatever. And Pressure kind of comes in. He's like, well, we're about to be, but we're not married yet. And Jen tells the ladies, well, he did put a ring on it, but he ain't put a date on it. And I'm like, bitch, he ain't gonna never put a date on it. Y'all been together since middle school and that nigga still ain't set the date. Like, nigga, come on, man. He better pull a Yo Gotti and nigga put a date on it, okay? But anywho, they still ain't married. And he's been saying that, they've been working on their relationship, trying to convince everybody that he's changed, honey. He's this changed man. And he was telling the girls that basically one thing about y'all women, y'all don't take accountability for the stuff that y'all do. Like, y'all blame the men for all these broken homes and stuff, which isn't the case. And that men have to build women up.
Really, nigga?
And they all looked at him like, nigga, is you crazy, boy? They bum rush that nigga ass. Like, get your ass the fuck up out of here with that bullshit. What the fuck you mean y'all be building women up? Like, what? Like, it works both ways for one. And more so often than not, nigga, it's women that's building up men. So don't ever try to play us on that. You played yourself on that. And he's sitting there looking stupid in the face in their confessional. And Jen was like, shit, nigga, you made that bed. You got to lay in that. And he was like, shit, we lay in this bed together. So then after that, we see some of the ladies just sitting down, chilling on the side. And Spice goes over to Nikki Baby and tells her like, hey, can you go check on Tierra or whatever? Because somebody said she was, laid out, passed out somewhere or whatever. And Nikki like, oh shit, here we go with this shit again. I got to play mom like, yo, this bitch. And I feel her on that. Like, bitch, I'm on vacation. I'm not trying to be babysitting your ass the whole fucking time that we here. Cause then I'm not gonna be able to drink how I wanna and relax how I want. Cause I gotta keep one eye open on your ass the whole time. Like, don't nobody got time for that, Tierra. Like, I love you down, girl. But like, yo, you gotta get your shit together when it comes to this drinking for real, girl. You just make yourself look so bad. And the fact that we ain't seen you in years on the TV screen and you still going through this, like, yo, that shit is so fucking sad, bro. Like, I know somebody like that in real life. Like, and I pray for her still to this day. Like, yo, I wish she'd just get her shit together. Like, Tierra is battling a lot of demons, word. And I just wish she, would go seek counseling and get some therapy that she needs. She needs some healing, for real talk. So then you see them walking on the beach, and Tierra fucks around and slips and falls in the damn sand. Like, girl, what in the hell? And she like, yo, you good? She was like, yeah, I meant to do that. I meant to, like, what? No, you didn't. No, you didn't, girl. We seen you. Like, what? But yeah, Tierra, I just wish she just get her life together for real. Like, cause she got so much potential. She got so much talent. Her voice is still bomb. Like, she still be killing it, be hitting them damn notes. Like, come on, Tierra, get in the studio, girl, for real. Get out that bottle and get in the studio, girl. We are all rooting for you, bitch. Okay, y'all, so I'm back. I had to go and hit up my CBD man because all this Jamaica talk is making me want to roll one. But I'm back. So we go into the next scene, and we see Gunplay sitting to the side talking with Pressure and telling him that, damn, everybody hungry and shit. Like, where Trick? I thought Trick was supposed to be here. And Pressure was like, yeah, he is. They said he went fishing or whatever. And Gunplay like, damn, like, why he ain't take me with him? And we see in his confessional that he had a situation with Trick recently. Trick Daddy had an Airbnb. I guess he owned one. And he was saying that Gunplay came, pulled up to the spot. He turned up and he wrecked the spot. You know what I'm saying? And I understand Trick. I wouldn't be fucking with him right now either. And Gunplay says it's mad awkward between them. They ain't had a chance to really talk about it or whatever. It got kind of heated. But he wants to pull Trick to the side and, let him know how he come in and that he apologizes or whatever. And hopefully Trick will see that, he's changed and he'll recognize his growth. So everybody's on the beach still, and the sun is going down, and they have like a little bonfire out there. And speaking of Trick, he pulls up, and everybody's like, what's up, Trick? Hey. And he was like, what's up? And they're like, where the fish at? And Trick Daddy was like, shit, I ain't getting no damn fish. Trick is like, first of all, y'all put me on a tour guide boat, and that won't go work for me, so ain't no damn fish. And everybody look like, damn, Trick, you done dropped the ball. You always talking about, bitch, I got my pots. Nigga, where your pots at? Everybody laughs it off, and Spice says, well, you got to play the game with us, because now we're playing the game. So Trick like, what y'all playing? And Spice tells them that they're playing Jenga, and everybody has to pull a block, and on your block, they've written, something up there, something you got to do. And if you don't want to do it, then you got to take a shot. So Trick is like, all right, word, bet, I got this. So they start the game, and the first person to go is Pressure. He pulls the block, and his block tells him that he got to call his ex. And that nigga looked over his shoulder at Jen, and she gave him the look like, nigga, I wish the fuck you would. That nigga looked so goddamn scared, yo. I swear he just immediately had beads of sweat pouring out the side of his fucking head, yo. That shit had me dying. And Jen in her confessional, she's like, yeah, that nigga knew better. He knew the fuck better. He better the fuck not, okay? So next is Trick Daddy's turn, and he pulls a block, and he pulls a wild card, and he has the opportunity to pass his block to somebody else, and they have to do what the block says. So he passes it to Amara, because, Trick been crushing on Amara for a minute. And her block says, let me see what's underneath that dress. Yo, Amara was like, I ain't got nothing on underneath the dress. And Trick was like, shit, I like this game. If I get an opportunity to knock down Amara walls while we here, shit, it's going down. So next up is Estelita, and she grabs a block, and her block says that she has to tell a secret. And Spice is egging her on like, girl, it gotta be a good one. It gotta be a good one. So come on, we need a dirty secret. So Estelita comes out and hit everybody with the okie doke, nigga. She said, well, I fucked Safari. Honey, everybody went wild. Spice took off running, and everybody like, what? And mind you, Miss Nikki Baby is there, and she has Safari on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood with her, and they were dating at one point. Estelita said, well, I had him first. And Spice was like, so you had him before Miss Nikki Baby? And she was like, no, I think it was after her or whatever like that. It was years ago, but it was after Nikki. So everybody is shocked. Like, we did not know this. Let me find out Safari got that straight dick. So next thing you know, we see Scrap DeLeon and his mom KK and Chrissy. They end up coming to the party and they saying hi to everybody. And Carly sees Scrap and she immediately just start blushing and kind of like looking like, oh my gosh, he's here. And I'm like, why is she looking shocked when she's the one who invited him? You know what I'm saying? She told the girls on the Sprinter that she invited her ex. So then next thing you know, we see her tell KK, I got to talk to you. And she pulls KK to the side and they walk in and she was like, yo, I didn't know that you was bringing your son. When I talked to you, you didn't say anything about it. And KK says in her confessional, she knows about Carly and Scrap's history or whatever. And, you know, she don't know what's going to happen. And she sees them looking at each other or whatever, but she don't know what's going to happen between them. But you already know Carly going to bust it wide on the first night. But one thing about Carly, we know that she's messy as hell, but we all know she is a thought pocket, okay? So they get there and we see Chrissy. It's like a blast from the past. We see her and Tiara hug and they like, I know you. And she hugs Tiara. And I was like, damn, it has been a minute. They did used to hang out on Love and Hip Hop New York back in the day. Like back when we first got introduced to Erica Mena, like back them days. Okay. So I was really happy to see them two, you know, reunite and hug. And I'm glad that they're going, you know, on good terms and stuff. So that was a blast from the past. That was a good moment to see. So then we see this awkward ass hug between Scrap and Carly. And, you know, he walk up to her. He's like, yo, what's up? How you doing? And, you know, it's been a while. I ain't seen you in a minute, whatever. How you doing? And he hugs her and she kind of like gives her shoulder to him. And, you know, he put his arm around her waist. So I was like, okay. And he's like, how you been or whatever. She was like, I'm wonderful, you know, being all nonchalant. I'm like, Carly, cut the shit, y'all. Cut the shit. We know she gonna jump on that dick tonight. Like, cut the shit, Carly. But anyway, so they talking or whatever, and you hear KK on the side, you know, egging them on, talking about, yeah, she looking good, ain't she? She like a baby doll. And he was like, yeah, she looks ravishing. She looks good. She look all of that. And Carly just like, smiling and shit. I'm like, yo, this shit is so weak, yo. Oh my God. Get out of here, Carly. So then we see Alexis, Skye, and Mariah Lynn. They make their way through the party and they telling everybody, hey, giving hugs. And we see Alexis, Skye, and Carly hug, which was, you know, shocking considering the way that they left off, you know, on Atlanta. It's all good to see that they, you know, they friends now. Bites kind of give Alexis, Skye a look like, who invited this bitch? Like, what the fuck? Why is she here? And then we see Mariah Lynn. She tries to give Carly a hug. And Carly Ray gives her the shoulder, honey, the cold shoulder. She gave her ice shady. Doom, 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 doom. Like, bitch, no. She don't see it for her ass. Mariah Lynn looking at her like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, I ain't do shit to you. Like, what's your problem? You know what I'm saying? But she ain't say all that. She was just like, well, look, I'm not here to indulge in the bullshit. I'm not about to entertain that. Like, I don't know what that's all about, what she got going on. Everybody's like, what's going on? And why she do that or whatever. And Carly says in her confessional that why the fuck would I hug you when you was on the internet talking shit about me? And kind of find out she's talking about the fact that Mariah Lynn said that she was messy. And I'm like, bitch, you are messy. Like, what are you talking about? Carly, you messy as fuck. You've been messy since season 1 when you told motherfucking Mimi that Jocelyn and Stevie was messing around and shit. You set all of that off. You are the reason why Love and Hip Hop Atlanta went the way that it went with the whole Stevie, Jocelyn, and Mimi triangle. Like, you started all of that. Like, did you forget, bitch? You know what I'm saying? Like, when K. Michelle had to goddamn shake the table on your ass, like, bitch, you was talking about everybody. You always been in everybody's shit, Carly. Like, I don't understand why she's bullshitting right now with this. The girl don't know you, but I mean, from what you've shown us for the last 10 seasons, you are messy. Like, girl, we started saying messy because of you. You ain't met Messy until you met Carly fucking Red, okay? So, anywho, she not feeling Mariah Lynn, and Mariah Lynn says in her confessional, like, I really don't have no problem with nobody. Like, I didn't think I was going to be coming here and I was going to have an issue with somebody. But, you know, I'm in a different place now. Like, I'm not trying to be fighting nobody or whatever like that. Like, but if you want to roll your eyes, bitch, I'll fix them for you, okay? Because that bitch is still Power Ranger. She said she ain't on her Power Ranger shit no more, but that bitch still jump across tables, and I want to see her jump across the table on Carly Rae's ass. I just want to see somebody bop her ass. Just one good time. It's just shocking to me that this bitch has made it 10 years unscathed. You know what I'm saying? Like, what Sierra did, she got her a few times, but nah, that ain't good enough for me. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And Carly Red, she had done so many people wrong in the last 10 seasons. She deserved it. Like, it's coming. It's been coming to her for that long. Like, I'm just amazed that she lasted this long without somebody bopping her ass a few times. Just a nice little drag. Just a little drag session. But anywho, moving on. So then after that, we see Alexis Skye. She goes up to Spice and tried to give her a hug or whatever. She was like, "What took one, girl?" And she's like, "What took one?" And they, they hug a little bit or whatever. But I was surprised she hugged her because the way she looked at her when she came in, like she wasn't feeling her. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so we see Tierra Marie sitting there with Lyrica, and they across the little circle, and she's just eyeing her ass like a shark. Like, bitch, yeah, bitch. She just always doing too much. Like, I can't stand the way she be, she just do too much. And Lyrica confused, like, what? Who, girl? And she looked at, Alexis Skye was like, her. And she was like, man, you know what? I'm not even going to do it. I'm not even going to do it. Let me just be quiet. And Lyrica just started laughing. Like, bitch, there she goes. She on 10, like, already. Like, that bitch on level 3. That bitch done leveled up, okay? When she got there, she was on level 1. She on level 3 going on level 4, okay? So Tierra Marie tells us in her confessional that her real issue with Alexis Skye is the fact that she's been going online talking about how she didn't like all of Masika's friends, but her and Masika had that long-lasting ass beef over Fetty Wap, nigga. What the fuck? But anyway, she was online going in talking about Masika and all her friends are some bum bitches. They scary bitches. And y'all just mad because I bossed up. And I remember when she went live, that shit was everywhere. But anyway, she basically don't like her because of that. And also recently somebody had asked her on, I guess, Instagram about how you can ask me anything, and somebody asked, well, what is your beef with Tierra Marie or whatever, or what do you feel about Tierra Marie or some shit like that? And she was like, who? And I mean, she probably don't know who the fuck Tierra Marie is. Like, think about it. Think about the age gap. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tierra Marie is in my age bracket, in her 30s. Like, she just said she was 28, so she probably don't know who the fuck Tierra Marie is. You know what I'm saying? That was before her time. So I don't think she was trying to be funny. Maybe she was, but anywho, Tierra don't like that shit. She ain't playing with her ass. Y'all know TT crazy. I love her to death, but TT crazy, okay? So then we see Alexis Skye. She goes up to Spice and was like, hey, what are we doing, y'all? And Spice tells her the rules of the game, and she's like, okay, cool. And Tierra kind of like jumps in front of Alexis and was like, well, I'm going first or whatever. Spice was like, okay, one at a time, y'all, one at a time. And Alexis Skye was like, okay, well, you can go. And Tierra was like, you ain't got to be first. You ain't got to be first. And she was like, well, go then, go ahead. And she was like, nah, you go. And Spice was like, what the hell's going on here, y'all? What's going on? And Tierra kind of like walks off and says something under her breath. And Alexis Skye was like, what's the problem, babe? Like, why are you so mad, babe? Like, calm down, chill out, babe. And Tierra was like, no, you chill out, bitch. I was like, damn, okay, TT, she's with the shits now. Y'all already know them Detroit bitches don't be playing. So then TT starts talking about how you were talking about me on the internet and all this other stuff over some shit that had nothing to do with me and bringing me in unnecessary drama. And Alexis Skye's like, I never said anything about you. Like, everything I said was about Mystique. I never said anything about you. So Nikki Baby steps in and she's like, okay, what's going on? And Tierra's like, she was talking about me on the internet, this and the third. And Alexis Skye was like, no, I did not. And Nikki was like, to Tierra, she said she didn't. And Tierra's like, girl, like, did you not just hear her? Like, why aren't you, like, coming in here and trying to take up for her? Like, what? And Nikki's like, I'm not. She just said she didn't. Like, what? So in her confessional, Nikki's like, look, I'm not here for no unnecessary drama. This is petty as hell. Tierra needs to grow up and let that shit in the past. Like, I'm just over it or whatever. I just want the drama to stop. Like, this shit is crazy. And I don't blame her. Like, Tierra, if she's coming up to you on some positivity and she being positive vibes or whatever, then I could be cordial with you and I ain't got to kick it with you like that because I know what you're capable of. But, bitch, like, you're not about to get me all riled up over some shit that you did years ago. Miss me with the bullshit. Like, if you can't say it to my face, then I don't give a fuck about what you said or what I heard, okay? I don't care about none of that. Mariah Lynn takes the opportunity to say to Carly, well, you know, I just want to see, do we got an issue? Because when I tried to give you a hug, you kind of gave me a shoulder. Like, what's up with that? And Carly's like, oh my God. And Spice is like, damn, another problem? Like, what's going on? Carly was like, well, look, I'm not going to give somebody a hug that was talking trash about me on the internet or whatever like that. And Mariah Lynn was like, well, what have I said about you? Like, I never said anything about you. And Carly talks about how Mariah Lynn was telling everybody on the internet that she's messy and all this other shit. And she was like, Carly, but you are messy. Like, what do you mean? Like, everybody's like, yeah. And Carly was like, but you don't know me to say that about me. You don't know me to say that about me. And Mariah Lynn was like, calm down. Like, why are you getting loud? But everybody knows you're messy, Carly. Like, that's what you've shown us, like, over the seasons. You've shown us that. Like, I know she wasn't trying to break the fourth wall, but she's like, bitch, you've been messy for 10 years on TV. Like, what you mean? Everybody knows. Okay? Like, what is you tripping about? And Carly started getting big and bad and buff. She always do that shit when there are a bunch of people around her or she got security and shit. And she always bucking up on the weakest people. Like, one time she tried on Tommy because she knew security was right there. But she always getting bucked like she gonna do something to somebody and don't do shit. Mariah Lynn probably will knock the dust off of her fucking Carly red ass. Like, stop playing. She may be small, but they both kind of small framed. And plus, Mariah Lynn is a beast, nigga. We seen what she could do. She done popped a few bitches. Okay, what she say? Pop off. Okay, but Carly, she just knew who to try. I just say it that way. Mariah Lynn was like, Carly's like, stop talking to me like that. Like, for real, like, I'm not here to put my hands on nobody. And Carly Red was like, put your hands on somebody. So you saying you trying to put your hands on me? Like, what you trying to say? And she was like, yo, chill. Like, you doing the fucking most. Like, I'm not here for that. Like, yo, relax. Stop talking to me crazy. And we see Gunplay. He comes out of nowhere. That nigga slide in like the Matrix. Okay? He slid in like a Mario, nigga. Nigga that nigga slid in and he was like, yo, if y'all gonna fight, then fight. Fuck all that talking shit. Do something if you gonna do something. And that's when Mariah Lynn and Alexis Skye, they turned their attention to him and start firing off on his motherfucking ass. Like, nigga, what the fuck is you talking to? Like, what? Like, da-da-da-da. Like, why would you even be in the middle trying to tell us to fight? Like, really, nigga? What the fuck? Like, why are you trying to make shit hot? Like, you trying to make us pop off. Like, what the fuck? Like, nigga, get the fuck out of here. And he looking like, man, fuck all that talking shit. If y'all gonna do something, do something. So he stands on that and it started getting wild and riled up. And that's when Spice goes and takes over the situation. And she's like, look, y'all are fucking up the vibe. This is not what we're here for. I did not invite y'all here for this. I wanted to bring all of y'all out to my beautiful country where I'm from to show y'all the food, the music, the culture. Like, this is not the vibe that I wanted this shit to be on. And I'm just going to have to just call it a night. Everybody go back to y'all, rooms or whatever until tomorrow. We'll start over again tomorrow. Because this ain't it. This the fuck ain't it. Spice is pissed off and I don't blame her. She was like, this is not what I brought everybody out here for. And they just turned up and I guess they had too much alcohol because they had been drinking all day and there's no food. Trick Daddy, like, nigga, they all hangry. They drunk and hangry. So if Trick Daddy would have brought the food, at least some people would have sobered up by now, but they've been drinking all fucking day. So Spice is like, look, this is not the type of shit I want to be on. So we just gonna call it a night and try again tomorrow, y'all. So in Spice's confessional, she says that here comes Carly Rae arguing with Mariah Lynn over some he said, she said shit over the internet years ago. Like, come on, man. This is not the type of energy that I wanted. And I was glad that she said that because she even sees the bullshit. Even though that's Carly's bestie, she knows that Carly be on that bullshit too. And I'm glad she called that shit out. But she, tried to change the narrative, change the, the energy. And she tells everybody, you guys, we got so much planned for you guys on this trip. Amara La Negra is my co-host. And we got so much for you guys, like Field Day, Caribbean Day, Carnival Day, Dance Hall Day. I can't wait for that. And she said, my motherfucking birthday. So then they go and make a toast and everybody's lit and excited. Hopefully everybody can, fix the attitudes and turn up the right way. Like Spice wanted. Spice's way, okay? So then after the commercial break, we see Chrissy, which was refreshing, and Amala Negra and Tiara. They're sitting outside and they're talking about what just happened because Amara is lost. Like, she's like, yo, what just happened? What did I miss? Did y'all have beef or something? And Tiara was like, yeah, we kind of had beef or whatever because she said something about my friend. She wasn't making sense. And you could tell that she is drunk as hell. Like, Tiara was tipsy, honey. She couldn't get the words together. But anyway, she said that the girl had said something about, oh, she didn't know who I was or something like that. And I was okay with that. And then Chrissy cussed her off and was like, no, you wasn't insulted with that. Like, no, that wasn't cool. You didn't like that. Don't sugarcoat it. You know what I'm saying? And then we cut to inside the house where Alexis, Skye, and Mariah, Lynn, they're sitting out talking about the same situation. And she was like, well, I don't know what she's talking about other than the fact that somebody asked me online, like, if I knew her or had a problem with her. And I was like, who? Like, girl, that shit is not even that deep. And Mariah Lynn was like, yeah, that was stupid. Like, that shit is whack. But we not going to let the senior citizens, I thought they would be so much mature by now. And we're not going to let them run me and Alexis off because we're the it girls right now. And I was like, Mariah Lynn, okay, you doing too much for all of that. y'all ain't really all that. I just don't feel like it's really that deep. And we're going to see them resolve it, later on, in an episode or whatever. So then we cut back outside where Amara, Tiara, and Chrissy are at. And Amara was like, that still doesn't make no sense. Even though she said who, that shouldn't even made you mad enough for you to even take it the way you took it. Like, I don't understand. It must have been something else that she did. And Tiara, tipsy Tiara, she's like, no, that was what she did. That was it. And they both look like, what, girl? Like, Chrissy said, look, it is something else. It's that alcohol. Like, that's why I told her that she needs to sleep on it. Because in her confessional, she says that it really wasn't all that deep and everybody needs to mature and grow the fuck up because it didn't have to go to where she took it to. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't no Yanla or nothing, but shit, y'all niggas need to fix that shit amongst yourselves. Y'all adults, you know what I'm saying? So I feel Chrissy on that. Tiara, that was super whack. Like, come on, son. I know you going through shit in your life and you want to take your anger out on somebody, but just fighting over petty shit, like, that shit ain't worth it, boo. It really ain't. Like, I really want Tiara to go get some help, for real, y'all. So then we cut back inside and we see Alexis, Skye, and Mariah Lynn talking about gunplay now, because Mariah Lynn was like, yo, what the fuck was that about? Why was he hyping up the situation? Like, we all know that men are not supposed to get in women's business. You should have, stood up as a man and try to de-escalate the situation, not hype it up. Like, what the fuck was that? And Alexis Scott was like, how the fuck did he even get here? You know what I'm saying? Like, who sent this nigga? Mariah Lynn was like, I don't know, girl. Maybe he walked. I was like, damn, that was fucked up. She said that nigga got them legs like a string bean. I was like, damn, Mariah, okay, Slim Shady, because your ass ain't that goddamn thick yourself, okay? I know you went and got that BBL and you got your, your breast done that season on Love and Hip Hop New York, but girl, cut the shit. Like, don't come at him like that. Not about being skinny. Like, bitch, what? Then we cut back to Chrissy, Tiara, and Amara, and she basically tells them that she don't want to have no beef with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Amara was like, yeah, tomorrow, let's just mend the fences and, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can bury the hatchet. Y'all can really get over all of this. This is small shit. And Chrissy was like, even if y'all don't like each other, y'all can just be cordial. Like, just do it while we around each other, so we can all have fun or whatever. And Tiara agrees. So then we cut to the next scene. We see Miss Carly Red and Scrap De Leon. They sitting in the cut to the side. And they playing this weird ass disco music. I'm like, where the fuck does disco music come from? But anyway, so he was like, why you ain't call me? And she was like, I ain't know you wanted me to call you. I'm like, oh my God, Carly, playing hard to get. He's sitting there, he indulging and he entertaining her. So she asked him basically like, what are you here for? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I mean, I'm here for the scenery. It's beautiful here. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of beautiful women here. And Carly looking like, oh, so you looking at other beautiful women here too? And he was like, dang, I do got two eyes, bitch. I said, damn, I know that's right. And he was like, why? You making it seem like you only want my eyes to be looking at you, Carly. And like, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, you only want me looking at you? And she just looking at him, and in her confessional, she was like, that just lets me know that he just here to flirt with women and he here to bag one. So it ain't gonna be me, not this time. So Carly, she makes up an excuse. She was like, well, I gotta go. And she gets up and walks off. And he's sitting there looking stuck on stupid, like, what the fuck? Thought he was gonna get some ass tonight. But you already know he probably chased her ass when the camera was down, low key, and went to her room or whatever. That was her way of getting his ass back to her room. Like, we know the plays, Carly. We see your ass. Like, you do job. You know what I'm saying? If he was here, you probably fuck him. So then in the last scene, we see the girls in the pool. We see Miss KK, Amara La Negra, and Spice. They are in the water because they had to cool off after a day like that. And they was talking about what happened. And Amara was like, well, look, if it's going to be like that on the first day, can you imagine what the rest of this trip going to look like? Like, I'm not prepared for this. And Spice is like, this is not what I want everybody to come for. I want us to all have fun. And Amada was like, hopefully, you know, tomorrow is Carnival Day. This is my day. And I can bring everybody together with some Caribbean fun and dancing and swinging some ass and winding and having a good old time. And KK starts talking about, girl, I'm single. I'm on this trip. I want to find me a Caribbean man. And they all like, well, damn, all of us are single now. So, okay, so we're going to have some real fun on this trip. And next thing you know, we see Chaotic from Love and Hip Hop Miami. He's on the balcony of his room and he can look down on the pool and be like, what y'all niggas doing? Ow, what's up? And they was like, hey, boo. And he goes into his confessional and talks about how he was supposed to be coming on the trip with everyone. And he ended up testing positive on his COVID test. So he had to quarantine in his room. So he just been sitting in his room all bored while he missing out on all the fun until he comes back with a negative test result. So he started talking shit to Spidey, talking about, so, yo, I'm in your country. I'm waiting for you to bomb me out. And she was like, I'm waiting for you, honey. I'm ready for you. And I just love this scene between him and the girls. This is so funny to me. And Spicer's like, I'll wait for you, baby. I'll wait for you to test negative. When you come back with a negative test, then we can talk. And he was like, it sounds like you said you want me to test something else. And she was like, oh, when you ready for me, baby, when you ready for me. And then she lays back in the pool with her legs wide open. He's like, I'm ready to dive in this water right now. Kenyatta was like, shit, head first. And Spice was like, shit, that's what I like, head first. And KK over on the side talking about some shit. Y'all got me hot and bothered. I ain't got a damn thing to do with it. Shit, I'm wet. Everybody busts out laughing. So that's where the episode ends, you guys. And then we get a sneak peek as to what's to come on the season. And we see Tokyo Vanity. She's coming back. That's my girl. I love Tokyo. She coming back. We see that MJ and Shay is going to be back. And they're coming. I'm like, oh my God, here we go with the Marla Nega storyline. Like, give it up. Then we see Safari Street, the great Safari. He is here and he is going to make an appearance on the show. So that's going to be exciting. I can't wait to see that. The drama continues with Pressure and Jen, honey, the groupie slayer. I'm not a sitting at home bitch. I can't wait to see her pop off. She get on my fucking nerves, honey. We're going to have a cameo from Mama Jones, honey, a punkash. She's back. That's my girl. I can't wait to see her and Chrissy go head to head. Damn, y'all, has it really been 18 fucking years? They done had a whole baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? 18 years. Been dealing with your ass for 18 years. God damn, punkash. Oh my God. So I can't wait to see Mama Jones come back. Her ultimate comeback. That's going to be so epic. And we also see that Tokyo Vanity takes a swing at Carly, y'all. I don't know, y'all. I tried to get it as close as I could. It was kind of blurry, but it happened so fast. You know, Tokyo Vanity, she a thick girl, but she move like a goddamn jackrabbit, bitch. That bitch can move, yo. And it looks like she took a swing at Carly. She looked left and looked right. She took a step up. And then she just dove on her ass, and I don't know if they connected or not. But honey, we gonna find out on the next upcoming episode. And speaking of the next episode, I'm gonna go ahead and jump to episode 2.